Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. The sun's setting and the sun has set on the old car. It's just been unceremoniously dragged up onto the back of a low loader and it's off on its way to be broken up into pieces. But you have to sort of think on the positive side. That means other people are going to get parts for their cars. Yeah? So mine's gone. I've got a lift from my sister tomorrow to go over and get my next car. Get paperwork done and everything. And then I'm mobile again. I haven't got the most brilliant car to replace what I thought was a brilliant car that's gone. But it's transport. And quite honestly, the way I am now with my lifestyle, I have to be mobile. But it's not the biggest of deals. I mean, I need to be able to go up and pick my daughter up and bring her down for the weekends that she stays and take her back again. And that's the essential function of the car. I mean, my car was sitting outside the house for days sometimes without getting used. So having a large engined car that costs quite a lot to insure and tax and everything like that was a bit silly. You know, on reflection, why was I hanging on to that? What I should have done is got rid of it before it lost its value. Trying to get rid of a car that won't start, it is scrap, basically. I mean, I've spent more than enough time and effort trying to get that thing going, so it's gone. End of a saga, and I should be up and running and mobile tomorrow. It will be a nice feeling. It isn't yet, but it will be. You know, when I get in that car tomorrow and turn the key and it actually starts, it'll be a nice feeling. A feeling I haven't had for a while with a car that just wouldn't start. So yeah, that's the end of that one. And I've never liked changing cars. I always find it a big deal and a hassle. I like to hang on to cars, but yeah, they only last so long, and that one just, quite honestly, it had its time. There's so much effort from people that have been trying to get that car to actually start reliably that it's just not worth the effort. There comes a time when you just have to say enough is enough. It has to be gone, which it now is. So off to get something else tomorrow that at least will start and get me about. That's all I need. And it's also a 4-door instead of a 2-door. Having just had a 2-door for quite a long period, I will now swear I will not ever get another one. Faffing about trying to get things and people in and out of the back and moving seats around is something I can do without. So from now on it'll only ever be 4-door cars. I've just noticed that my little, what is this, Nora Tokunaga crossed with Aberrans has just opened its first bloom. Like an awful lot of Latoria dendrobiums, the front view is relatively plain, and this is plainer than a lot of others on the grounds there's no markings inside the lip, and that is unusual. There's normally some very attractive veining, but all the patterning on this bloom is on the back, and that is rather attractive. So this is a bloom that needs to be viewed from above rather than from below. Anyway, that's the first time it's bloomed for me. It's got 2 spikes on, coming on. That's the only new thing that's opened in here. It's probably the only new thing that's going to open for a while. There's not a lot going on out here at the moment, although there's quite a bit to come. I can see the signs, but not for a while yet. So videos about new blooms are going to be a bit thin on the ground, probably for at least a month, maybe even 2. But anyway, that one's opened. First time bloomer for me. And attractive from above. That's where the patterning is. And you can tell that's going to happen just by looking at the buds. The patterning is already on the outside of the buds, which become the sepals. You know, so that's pretty obvious that's where the coloration was going to be. But quite small, but then this is a small plant. This is blooming on the latest 2 growths, and that's the size they are. The plant may get a little larger with age, but it's not going to be a large plant. So it's always going to be similar to that size. Maybe the next growth will be slightly taller, but not much. So I'd class that as a very attractive little miniature. Doesn't take up a lot of space. Certainly doesn't take up a lot of effort. That's the good thing about the Latorias. They are pretty easy going. They're quite happy in intermediate temperatures. They shouldn't get cold. And they'll take some heat. You know, the places they come from in the main get heat, but they do get the humidity with it. So I don't expect these would do too well in dry air, but then there's not many orchids that do, quite honestly. So the Latoria types are pretty easy going. They have an attraction, for me anyway, is the fact that they have these canes that grow long and thin, and then they get fat towards the top, leaving very thin portions down near the base. The other two little ones, or the 2 or 3 little ones there, this was obviously a seedling, it's not a division. Those are the original seedling pseudobulbs. But the latest 2 growths have pushed on and decided to grace our presence with their blooms. Okay, just a quick update on the car. I'm feeling a little sad, but also incredibly relieved that that saga is behind me. It really has been bugging me. So, see you next time. I'm filming nearly in the dark here. Once the sun starts to set, it does get dark quick. See you next time. Thanks for dropping by.